If you're paying loans the normal way, minimum, snowball, refinance, you're doing it wrong. That $120,000 balance is designed to trap you for decades. But what if I told you $500 is all you need to flip the script? Today, we're going to be showing you how to get rid of this gargantuan loan in way less time than when the banks tell you you got to get rid of it. Let's dive in. I think the writer was Sun Tzu, and I think he said it best. In order to actually defeat your enemy, you've got to know who your enemy is. And so let's go ahead and dive into our enemy, the amortized loans here. We have an example here of $120,000 at 10%. I know that's a high interest rate, but it doesn't matter because we're velocity bankers and we don't care about that interest rate. It's having us pay $1,289 each and every month, but that $1,289 is not going towards the principal. The bank wants you out of this particular loan in 15 years. Now, I wanted to let you know, it doesn't matter if this is a student loan, a home loan, any loan, this is how you're going to be paying it off, okay? So let's go ahead and run through what they're doing to you, then we're gonna share with you that. They're splitting this up, that $1,289. The $1,000 is going towards the interest, and $289 is going towards the principal. No wonder it's taking you a long time to pay off. Remember, these loans have to be front loaded with interest, meaning many times, especially with the higher interest rates, they have to get their money first, okay? And they definitely are, especially in those first few years. But as you continue to pay their way, it'll inch closer and closer to where that principal will finally be able to overcome the interest. But by that time, the bank has gotten so much interest, okay? We want to flip that script, and we're going to share with you how to do that. Now, before I share with you your banking tool in order to get rid of this loan very quickly, I want to let you know if you need a debt elimination roadmap, or if you need to know where you stand in your finances, you want to get out of debt fast, please look at the description link below. Whether you want passive income, okay, or whether you want that Velocity Banking Wizard, or just to set up an appointment with me, we're here for you, okay? So in this particular scenario, doesn't matter what this banking tool is. In this scenario, it's a line of credit. And the good thing about this is it doesn't matter what your credit limit is, right? Maybe your credit limit is 1,000, maybe it's 500, maybe it's 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. We're going to use $500 of the line of credit, and we're going to place it solely towards the principal balance. Why in the world would we do that? Because when we're dealing with interest, we know the relationship that interest has between the interest and the principal. And that relationship is direct, meaning the smaller the principal, the smaller the interest dollars you are charged. That means this number right here is predicated on this number right here. Now, if we put $500 towards that principal loan balance, it's gonna come up with a less number, isn't it? Maybe it's $119,500, right? After we deploy that $500 from our line of credit toward the principal loan. Now, what does that mean? That means this interest here is actually going to be eating not off of the 120K. So that means this amortization table no longer is applicable. What it's eating off of is a lesser number, which is 119.5K, all right? This matters because there's going to be more going towards the principal each and every month than towards the interest, okay? You'll see this number go down significantly and this number go up significantly. And that is exactly what we want. Now, we want to get into why this is a good idea. Let me share that with you. Well, one of the many reasons using your line of credit this way is a good idea is because you're not going to be using it like regular normal consumers use it. You're going to be using it as a velocity banker. We're going to be paying our line of credit much differently than if we were a consumer. Okay, we're going to use the line of credit as leverage. In this case right here, we do have our checking account. Now you have a choice. Do you want to keep your $500 in your checking account earning 8% interest? How many of you are earning 8% interest in it? Go ahead and comment below. Or do you want to use that $500 at 10%? It's going to be charging 10% for that $500 towards that principal. Well, the reason why you would want to use the line of credit versus the checking account is, number one, while your money is sitting in the checking account, what exactly is it doing? Essentially nothing, meaning it's losing value. All right? It's losing value. That's what your dollar is doing while it's waiting to be deployed. Versus in your line of credit, you're showing the lenders, right, which is unsecured. This is unsecured, meaning it's not yours, right? It's someone else. They trust you with this money, right, to spend it wisely, to invest it wisely, to use it to pay down this loan. That's why we're going to do it. Okay. We take what's not even ours. I need to hammer that point home. And we're using it to pay down the principal loan balance. Now, I want to share with you what happens and how much you actually save versus how much you save with the $500 at 8%. Watch this. So go ahead and do the math, right? $500 at 8%. What is that? $50. And let's just round up. $500 at $50. Let's say you're getting 50. Let's just call it 100. All right, call it 100 a year. Let's just be very generous because I know it's not going to be anywhere near that $500 at 8%. Versus the $500 of this unsecured line of credit, right? It is being charged at 10%, but how much is being charged when you pay it within the grace period? Do you know how much is charged? Okay. So if you pay it back within the grace period, then we don't worry about this percentage. All right. We're going to get into how much you've saved. All right. 500. And oh, by the way, when you're paying your line of credit with your checking account, how much of that $500 can you use once you pay the line of credit within the grace period? 100% of the money that you put in. All right. So it's the $500 that you still have plus your cash flow, whatever that is. All right. You're going to do this on a monthly basis. And at the end of not 15 years, let's see where you're at. Okay. We have 8 years if you're doing it the Velocity Banking way, and you're paying $56,451 in interest. Okay. Remember, interest, that's the cost of borrowing money. Now, if you're doing it the traditional banking way, you're going to be ending up paying $112,114 on top of the principal if you're doing it the bank's way. And oh, by the way, you're not getting out until 15 years later. And I'll leave that up to you as to what is the highest commodity to you, whether that's time or money. Listen, you can always create wealth, but you can't create another second. Okay. The interest you've saved here, $55,663. Show me an IRA, show me a 401k, a retirement account, any retirement account that'll give you this savings within 8 years. And I'm not saying that they don't exist. That's not what I'm saying. I just say, hey, please show me, right? And actually this is rollover season as well. So look, if you have that 401k, if you have an IRA, you need to have that talk. We are here. Okay. Click in the description link below. We would be happy to share that with you. Now, we want to let you know that there are some concerns, right? Consolidation loans. These people are getting consolidation loans. They don't have a plan. That's the mistake. I would say that's one of their top mistakes, is that when they get a consolidation loan, they don't know their finances and they don't know how to pay it off well. What we want you to do is remember that you already have a consolidation line. You can consolidate many of these loans within your line of credit so that you can pay them off faster by changing that interest, right? Because this interest formula is so much different than this interest formula, all right? You're changing out the interest. You're changing out amortized interest for simple interest, okay? That's where it's at. And again, when you get your paycheck, part of that paycheck is going to go into, right, that line of credit, $500, so that you still have the $500. You're still in control of it. Isn't that beautiful? And you choose, because you've replenished that line of credit, to go ahead and hammer away at that principal. So there is a concern for the consolidation loan. I just wanted to let you know you can consolidate your line and get out of those loans much quicker, right? If you need help with that, that's what we're here for as well. We'll help you with consolidation loans, no problem, all right? What if you have a variable interest rate? Do you have to be afraid then? No, of course not, because remember, we're using velocity banking, and when you're using velocity banking, the interest rates don't matter because our focus is on the same principle, the same element that the bank's focus is on, and that is balance and time. Listen, the banks make money off of two things. You can write this down. They make money off of interest, yes, and they make money off of ignorance, right? And we just taught you how to take care of both. We're into interest cancellation as well as ignorance cancellation. Go ahead and write that in the comments. That is something that just came to mind. Thank God for that. All right. Let me get an amen. All right. So when you're looking at this, right, I want you to take a screenshot of this. Know that you are not alone. All right. Folks are already scheduling, and we will make time for you. Okay. There's no such thing as, oh, we're booked, right? We will make time for you. Go ahead and schedule on our calendars, especially before Christmas. A lot of you are being concerned for Christmas, and you don't know how you're going to get gifts to your nephews, your kids, your loved ones. Don't worry about that. Please consult with us. All right. If you have any questions about this, don't hesitate. We want to make sure that it's crystal clear for you. Remember, you don't have to worry about the variable interest rates or anything like that. All right. We don't want you barking up the wrong tree. I do want to share with you, though, this right here, this formula. Any expenses, and let's just say you have an expenses of $4,000. What you want to do is turn your earned income, okay, into passive income. All right. You're earning, let's say the E stands for earning, 4,000, but those go to your expenses. Well, to handle that correctly, we need this earned income to be passive income, so that that passive income can pay off those expenses. All right. Listen, folks, if you have any questions about that, again, the passive income is down there in the description link below. We'd be happy to help you with that. And velocity banking, you want to know more about that, you need to check out this video right here. God bless you, and you guys take care.